This is a meditation on true prayer. Perhaps one could call it a contemplation on prayer, a reflection on prayer. One could even call it non-dual prayer. By and large, prayer for us is asking God for something. Something to happen in our favor. Even if we pray for someone we love, that is still asking for something in our favor, someone we love. It is a form of a subtle demand being made on God. In fact, the mystic Joel Goldsmith said something on the lines of, "It is easy to pray for our loved ones, but we should in fact pray for our enemies, for those we don't like." This is what happens when we see the one life, one consciousness operating through everyone. We rise above the duality of daily living. We rise above the duality of people we like and people we don't like. My teacher Ramesh Balsekar would say that eventually prayer is a form of begging. Perhaps it sounds harsh, but there is a deep truth to it. We are hoping for a particular outcome that would be the result of our prayer. In other words, we set up an expectation. More importantly, we set up ourselves as separate from the one we are praying to, as separate from God, as separate from the divine. In other words, we have a certain will which becomes our prayer. We would like to will for something to happen. True prayer would be the absence of this individual will. My teacher would often refer to Jesus' words on the cross as the ultimate prayer. Not my will, O Lord, but thine be done. The total acceptance that whatever happens is God's will is true prayer. I need not like what is happening. Even that is accepted as part of true prayer. But there is no resistance to what is happening. Even if suffering arises in the moment, instead of running away from it, one faces it with awareness and acceptance. That is true prayer. Not my will, O Lord, but thine be done. One could say that gratitude is a form of true prayer. The spontaneous arising of gratitude For example, if some form of suffering arises, we should thank God for our suffering knowing it could have been much worse. Like, for example, the suffering of millions below the poverty line. Gratitude could arise for just this present moment, offering us the opportunity to just be, not to become, just be. Not wanting anything, not expecting anything. But just pure and simple being by the grace of God. One could say that meditation is a form of true prayer. Consciousness contemplating on consciousness is non-dual true prayer, rather than being focused on things of the world, on the material, on the mundane, on the transient aspects and objects the world offers us. One is contemplating on one's being. Consciousness is being offered back to consciousness, as it were. What greater gift can consciousness give itself? Therefore, meditation is indeed true prayer. Maharaj would say, we are so busy making use of our consciousness that rarely are we established as consciousness. Being established as consciousness without making a demand on consciousness is true prayer. True prayer is the absence of the me that wants something from God. The me thinks it can do something to get what it wants. In this case, to pray, Whereas it is the absence of this doership itself which is the prayer. One could call it surrender. Surrendering this sense of doership, no matter how subtle it may be, is true prayer. True prayer is an offering of silence. Not a movement in the mind of thinking about an imaginary future. When that movement of the thinking mind itself is absent, true prayer is happening. The gift of true prayer is a deep peace. The peace that passeth understanding. The peace that arises when confronted with the ups and downs of life and living, the mantra is chanted. Not my will, O Lord, but thine be done. My spiritual teacher would say that the final prayer is, Dear God, give me a state of mind in which I would not want anything from anyone anymore, not even from you.